Lots of faces coming over here. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah. Sorry, I cannot control my face. A man can choose to leave a pregnancy and have nothing to do about it. A woman leaving a pregnancy that becoming a group decision is insane to me. It's her body, it's her choice. She's the one that's carrying it to term or not. If a man can leave a viable pregnancy because of his desire to leave a pregnancy, then a woman should be able to do the same.
Okay, so men should definitely not be entitled to pay any child support then.
Well, I don't think that's the same argument at all.
Wait, if it's her decision to kill the baby, then
it's not a baby.
What is it then?
It's an embryo at that point. If
and,
you're getting,
and when does life begin?
After 4 weeks. Isn't that right?
When
does life begin?
It depends where you fall on that spectrum. Yeah.
It's a spectrum? What's the spectrum? Explain it to me.
So an embryo, a zygote, is very different in terms of a baby. When you can hear a heartbeat.
And an adult is different to a baby. So when does life start? That's the question.
It's the cutoff of when you can have an abortion, when you can hear the heartbeat.
Okay, so
whether or not you think abortion should be or should not be is a separate argument. But I'm saying if a man can leave a pregnancy, a woman should be able to do the same.
Just to clarify, your position is that life begins when you can hear a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So you should not be able to have an abortion after the heartbeat.
Yeah, I agree with that.
100% completely illegal, every state, every part of the world to have a heartbeat.
Well, so I think that regardless of if it's legal or illegal, people are going to do it. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. Legalizing it just allows it to be done safer.
Right, I
If
gotcha.
I personally got pregnant, at any point, I could not have an abortion.
So you think that
that doesn't mean my decision is your decision.
It's more about the fact that they can safely kill that baby.
It's not a baby. But yeah.
You just said it starts at heartbeat. That's what you said.
I'm saying you can have an abortion up to the point where you can hear a heartbeat.
Okay, so then after that, you can't have an abortion. Am I correct?
Legally or emotionally?
In your world, after heartbeat, you can't have an abortion. True?
I wouldn't, personally.
No, I'm saying, should it be illegal?
My decision is not their decision.
I'm saying, should it be illegal? I'm not talking about your specific point of view. I'm talking about in terms of whether it should be illegal. At heartbeat, do you think it should be completely legal?
I do, yeah.
Okay. And what is how did you determine that heartbeat is when life begins?
Because when it's an embryo or a petri dish baby or however you fertilize that egg, it's still an egg. It's still an embryo. That is still something that
what do you think
that living, breathing person.
If we had a scientist here, a biologist, who was an expert in this field, the world's foremost expert, what do you think they would tell you about when life begins?
I think that besides the fact that a scientist might say that, science is so devalued in society now because men make the decision based on their emotion and not based on science. Men make the decision based on their emotion? Do you think that women make this decision based on their emotion?
I
think if it's something that is inside you that you are going to have to carry to term, that is a you decision. It's your
I didn't
body.
ask that. I asked, do you think that women make the decision based on emotion?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, well then it equalizes it. But look, can I tell you what the biologist would tell you if they were sitting right here?
You sure can.
They would tell you that life begins at conception.
Sure.
Yeah, it's when the egg is fertilized, when the DNA is created.
Right.
So, but you're subjectively going against that. So you don't agree with the scientific
I don't
consensus?
agree that, there are so many instances where a woman should not have to carry that to term. There's instances of things that we probably shouldn't talk about on here, but you should not.
Even in that instance, what if it's after the heartbeat that they want to get rid of the child?
I don't think a woman should have to deal with that emotional baggage.
So you think that they should be able to kill the child?
It's not a child.
Wait, what about this though?
Okay.
No, what about this? What if pro-lifers are actually willing to go ahead and grant that in the instances that you were going to mention,
right.
SA, incest, so forth, they're like, you know what, that's fine. But all the other ones where it's just like, I'm not ready, not financially capable, just don't want it, don't want to birth the child, they have to continue with the pregnancy. Are you fine with that?
Like personally or legally?
What do you mean?
Like I personally, if I were to get pregnant in that scenario, I could not get an abortion emotionally, but I don't think that my choice should be for the
So you wouldn't get an abortion?
I would not.
In those circumstances?
Okay,
but legally you think like other women should?
I think in general we should be pro-choice because it's a woman's body to do with what she wants.
But what if she wants to do with her body, abort the baby after 6 months?
And you're saying that the man doesn't want to, or just in general that she
in
shouldn't
general,
be
everybody
able to
wants
do that?
to. Everybody's super stoked about it.
At
yes,
6 months?
we're going to do it 6 months. Yeah, it's her body.
Oh.
She should be able to do it.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so then it's not about whether it's her body. So what's the actual determining factor?
Which I said several times, the heartbeat.
Okay, but what if they're R worded though?
What if what?
What if they're R worded and then it's at 6 weeks? Just a week after the heartbeat is heard, but the woman was R worded. Yeah, she was raped.
Right.
Yeah, and she wants to get rid of it. Should she be able to?
Yeah.
So you're arguing for murder.
And what?
You're arguing for murder.
I think in instances that we're not talking about, I don't think a woman should ever have to take that to term because that's emotional.
So you're arguing for murder. So if you say that it's a life when the heartbeat starts, and you're arguing to take that life after the heartbeat starts, you're arguing for murder.
Yes, because they also took something from her. That was not her decision. So that then becomes her choice.
Is it emotional baggage to carry the child or to raise the child?
Both. Oh. Mm-hmm. Because I don't think that's fair to the child either, because it wasn't their fault.
Can I add?
How is it emotional baggage if that's what we're designed to do? Is we're designed to carry and
you're not designed to carry your.
Do you know that 100% of babies that are given up at the hospital get adopted?
I don't think that's
a true fact. 100% of babies who are given up for adoption are adopted. There's a massive waiting line.
100%.
There's a massive waiting line.
But there's a lot of
if it was possible to have 100% more, they would also get adopted.
But they have a lot of postpartum and
it is true. What's your
there
claim? How do you
thousands
say
of children in the foster system. That's not a true stat at all.
I didn't say foster system. I said babies that get adopted from birth from the hospital. 100% of them get adopted.
The reason why there are thousands of children in the foster system is because when they get older, it gets harder and harder to adopt them as they get older. But from a baby, they get snapped up straight away.
I have a couple questions.
I'd love to see that stat.
Question: if pregnancy only lasted one day, like you get pregnant and then next 24 hours later you're popping out a kid, would you be in favor of abortion?
Personally, no. I'm not in favor of abortion in general.
Oh. But you're pro-choice, right?
I am.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, me personally, no. I would not agree with an abortion.
But so for other women, if abortion only lasted 24 hours, would you be in favor of allowing women choice in that scenario?
I still think it's a woman's choice what she does with her body.
Okay. It's just like, I know it's a totally hypothetical scenario if like pregnancy lasts one day.
The pregnancy length doesn't determine that for me.
Okay. Well, just curious then, like, so let's say 24 hours before a woman would otherwise give birth to a healthy baby, would you be fine with abortion then?
No, of course not. I said several times at the heartbeat.
But, I mean,
but then after that, you said that if they had been raped and then it was a week after.
In the instance of rape, absolutely never do I think a woman should have to be forced to do that.
Right. What about if it was a week after and she was having really, really bad depression and like financial issues, life was in complete chaos, and she was like, I still think it's a woman's choice.
Okay.
So then you have no standard then. You've just contradicted yourself so many times.
I have not. My stance... No, I have not contradicted myself at all.
You said it's 5 weeks, it becomes a life. You said that it should be illegal after that. You actually said that before. And then I've given you multiple situations where...
Ever. But I don't think it's my choice to make that determining factor for anybody else. That's
okay, so then what Brian's just said before, if she wants to abort it, like when it's about to be born, then you have no problem with that because it's her choice.
I don't. I've said the same thing several times.
I think it's
but
like
that's
her
what we're talking about. Like you personally wouldn't, but we're trying to get at, okay, well, like
should she be
your
able
worldview,
to?
Like should women be able to have an abortion like an hour before they would otherwise give birth?
Of course not.
Well,
that's not legal or.
No, but
it is actually.
Who does? No,
it is actually.
It's not.
In some states,
no,
it is.
They're not going into labor and they're going, excuse me, I'd actually like an abortion.
I mean, you can laugh about it, but it has happened many times actually.
They would never allow that. That's absolutely not legal.
It's
it's
got to be pretty embarrassing when you find out
an hour before they're going into
labor.
After post-birth abortions. Yes.
No way.
Okay, but
if you found out that it was true,
but would you be in favor of women having the choice to do that?
In a normal situation or in a rape situation?
Normal.
No.
Okay, so they should be legally prevented from having an abortion a day before they would otherwise give birth.
I think so, yeah.
And what about 3 months before? What about at 6 months? Should the police come in and say no?
Your argument stays the same with
You can't.
the heartbeat.
Your argument is actually very, very inconsistent, because you're saying at one point that women shouldn't be able to do it after 5 weeks. It should be illegal.
72 times.
You've said actually very different things many different times. So you said it. You can make faces all you want, or you can just engage with the logical argument if you'd like to as well. But you said at 5 weeks it should be illegal. We can run back the tape. You said that before.
Right.
And then after that,
heartbeat.
you said that it should be a woman's choice. Right?
I still think in general it should be a woman's choice. There's situations of SA, there's situations of rape.
So then the heartbeat thing isn't your position.
Can I add something?
Okay, go.
I think that like it's more like after 5 weeks that the heartbeat is formed in her state, that like before that, like from that, when it was a baby, and then from week 5, that from that standpoint is where it should be legal for a woman to have a choice to have an abortion.
Wait, post 5 weeks or pre 5 weeks?
Like before 5 weeks, isn't that
you might even just miss one period and think that it's late at 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You can't get an abortion until 7 weeks.
I don't know what. It's like, is it 4 weeks?
6 weeks.
My sister did not find out she's pregnant until she was 5 months. So I think in the case of
that's awful.
Grape, I think it doesn't matter. I don't think the time period should know, because I think especially if it's like a 12-year-old little girl, how the fuck are they supposed to know?
That's what I'm saying.
What about post birth then? Like just after they're born, it was a victim of.
No.
What about a day before?
Yeah.
They should be able to?
In my opinion, yeah.
Okay, so you're also arguing for murder.
Yes.
Okay.
I can say it.
In any circumstance? Like, because you
with
gotta
rape.
Huh?
With grape, sorry.
Okay, and so, but like, what if she's just not ready? A day before birth, are you fine with that?
No.
Oh, what? Okay, I guess there's some differentiation there. Question for the panel going around the table.